Hey everybody, just want to show you more results of this strategy. I've been running it for the last few hours today on December 20th for around between 2 and 4:30, let's say my time. Two positions were put on. Um, there's this one, it's at 6 P&L, which translates, I believe this is closed out. Anyways, I'll go through this, but the strategy is running right now, as you can see. So the positions that are working was one with the U.S. Japanese yen. The other one that opened up was the USD Hong Kong dollar. So the one that automatically closed out was way down here. Oh no, let me just go. I'm just trying to get used to these reports. Now again, this is just a demo account. So you'll see here um, all the different testing trades. They're no good. But the one I wanted to show was the USD Japanese yen. Boy. Okay, so this is the current position. It's right now at up 6, which is 45 Hong. Now remember, I'm only putting on one position, one amount, which is a minimal, and it's up 45 cents Hong Kong dollars. And then the other one that did the automatic trade was, where's it? This one right here, which is okay. So that's $66, or sorry, 66 Japanese yen. Now I hope I'm getting these reports correct. So we got 66 Japanese yen, and again, all the trades are the same. As you can see here, it's always at a minimal of 1,000, but I have not run my portfolio optimizer to gauge on that profit. So right now, this is the actual trade of 66 Japanese yen. It's not very much money, and that's 58.58, which I believe is a commission. So yeah, that's the commission. So 66 Japanese yen on that position. Let me just pull up a browser here. So, okay, nothing to brag home about, but what we have here is for a basic system with automated trades is 66 Japanese yen to US dollars for everybody out there. Oops. 60, 66 Japanese yen to dollars. So that's a whole whopping 58 cents. Woo. Okay. So with the current, now this did peak even higher, but it closed out at that. So this is something I got to fix up. Now the other one that was quite interesting, which is the current one right now, which is this one. It's up 5 pips. So yeah, so it's up 5 pip, and let's see how that one's doing right now. So I'll refresh this to get the latest P&L on that. So here's the problem. It's at 55. So the gross P&L for that position is 55 cents Hong Kong dollar, which again is not very much money, obviously. But we're just testing out really the trading logic is the whole point of this. But it's $7. Now it did report back at $8 on this position. So this is the problem with the choppiness, is when this automated strategy will close out on that position. But if you think about it, even if I was to get $8 on a position, that's pretty good. Now I don't know how many positions this will run for per day, but that's not bad, man. I mean, this is free money, and that's net when you take out the commission fee. So I'm gonna be running this little guy over the next 24 hours. I'm actually if things continue at the level, I may get a dedicated system for this J4X because it is pretty resource heavy. But let's check out the positions here on the chart. So what we've got here is okay. So let me so in here I was running a bunch of tests. Now you can see throughout the chart it was picking up all these kind of like scalpy trades. But what I did decide is this is the close, and I gotta find the open. The open, where are you? This is the problem. Let's see. Where's the close? Oh, here we go. So there's the open right here, and here's the close. So it's doing somewhat as it should. It ran up, and then it peaked a couple of extra pips, and it came off here. Now this is what I would have wanted it to do is let the profit run. Remember, this is a 10-minute chart, and after a percent, close the position out, and it did exactly that. So that's good. Now, hang on, let me just go. Let me pull up the U.S. dollar, Hong Kong dollar one. So right now, what we've got a situation of is here's the position. No, that's not the position. That was from last night. Here's the position. So interesting. It picked that up. So it's now going through some choppy conditions here. And this is a tough part of trading, is we have the algo here putting that position on. So let's see what we got here. If we got, let's say a 1-minute chart might do the trick. So here's our position, and it picked up a big spike. Beautiful. But it's still trying to figure out what may happen. Now, things may close it out in and around here because that position's still on. As you can see here, it's still on, and it's up a whole $7, 3 P&L, 3 cents. So we'll see where that goes. But what I'm hoping to do is to bring back an actual report on a 24-hour period to have this thing running. A lot of it, like right now, it's 4:36 p.m. and from my testing, it usually gets very busy around between 10 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard, all the way probably till early morning for me. So I'm going to try to run this and see where this goes. I actually may stay up all night for it. But I would like to see how it does. The next set of steps that I am going to have to do is virtually better logging, so I can log these positions to see as they move up is at the peak, and then do a mathematical calculation to ensure that it's closing it out as it should. So again, when I look at the one trade here, let's go back to a 10-minute. As I showed you on the USD and Japanese yen, this seems logical to do. Now, I can put in better charting and whatnot, but right now, I'm just going to leave it because I'm going to be honest with this, charting is really, I mean, it's beneficial, but what people will want is when the system runs and it is working and there's consistent profit and does it regularly, the high win ratio, will be in good shape. And then the next part will be a few things. So get better logging and do a risk ratio, win ratio kind of risk reward ratio calculation, on the portfolio optimizer to see how much leverage to put on based upon the risk and how the overall portfolio is doing. Another big challenge will be to open up more trade opportunities and see how it handles. And then I think just alone with this type of open and close or entry exit, and if it's winning, this alone might be worth money for people because that's a signal for both the entry and the exit when this strategy works. And if it's winning, it's winning. And I'll be able to automatically post that in my quant analytics membership. And so far, that looks good. I like to see the green. I would like to see it hit the max. But that's where you need to use the leverage. Now, again, let me repeat this again. It's really important to know that this trading logic can be applied to cryptocurrency. Just depends on the exchange. So that will be the next big step. Now, a lot of people go, well, can you show me the code? Or I'll be like, no offense, but laughing because I've spent like maybe 2-3 months on this puppy, and it's working so far. I mean, not again, it's early days, but it looks pretty good. And let's just hope that all these trades stay profitable. Okay, I'll report back when I get more. Later. Hey everybody. Okay, so you can see this just happened like seconds after I turned off the previous video, but interesting situation here. I wanted to show this. So again, with that last position on the USD Hong Kong dollar, this one, I'm going to show you what happened right here. So what happened was this did well, and then it started getting a little choppy. And this is the hard problem about these systems. But this is a great situation where there was a huge mass drop, and it's still dropping. But I got saved because it minimizes the loss on the ATR that it calculates. So as you can see here, here's a position. It closed out somewhere in here, I believe. But it saved itself, which is good because I'm going to be honest with you. These are hard to. So right there, that's when it got out. So it got in here, and then all of a sudden, it just, I guess, dropped the trade because it suddenly spiked in it. And it may have bounced back, but this is a good example of how automated trading can save you because it was doing well. And as a human trader, you don't know what's going to happen here when it gets really choppy and all of a sudden it drops off. So most human traders will hang on to this trade hoping it'll come back and go back up. Now, most seasoned veteran traders that save themselves from massive losses is by human intuition. You would have hung on to this trade, as you can see. But what really happened was it cut the loss. So instead of taking on a loss, it's just now waiting for a new opportunity to come along. So this is one of the beautiful things about automated trading. Yes, this did lose money, but you will always get hopefully a winning trade. So when you go back to the report, this particular trade right here lost a little bit. Okay, now the beautiful thing is when you factor in all of the other scalping type of trades that were just, if you watch my previous video, that was not a wise way to trade, human or not, or automated one. Because you can see all the little losses I'm taking on. There's just too many of them. And then you might think, oh, I'll have a big winner and it'll offset all these losing positions. Maybe. But this particular one was on for about, let's see if I go back in the chart. So it was on it for about 21.09 to about to here. So it was on for about maybe close to half an hour, but it cut the loss. Now, the algo would not know what to do in these conditions because it needs to move in order to do something. That's what the ATR is for. Um, but I think in this case it did the right thing. But I don't know. I mean, there's probably other ways to go about it, as tightening um, the um, the spread as the opportunity gets closer. But you know, you can never win one way or another to try to perfect this thing. And that's the tough part about it. It would have been nice to calculate and it just maybe hung on. I don't know, but it did save itself from losing a lot more money than it needed to be. So that's a minimal trade, and that's one of the beautiful things about automated trading. And I can still tweak it, but there might be other ways to go about it. But for now, I gotta say, in this condition, I'm happy. As you can see here, the strategy is still running. This is all the just debug statements on each bar that comes in. And it's looking for the next, it just sits there and waits for the next trading opportunity to come along on what it thinks will make money, right? And that's the beautiful thing about this thing. So now I could run this on a remote server and just have it, you know, basically do its thing and sitting on the beach and drinking Bahama Mamas, and hopefully it can make some cash. But it was up a couple of bucks, the this trade for the Hong Kong dollar. But it's just there's always going to be constant tweaking. But I just want to show you that. And here we wait for the next opportunity, which will always happen. Okay, and you know, we can do other stuff in the meantime. Just let this thing run in the background as it's doing its thing. Hopefully this will help you out, and I'll report back on anything that comes out of this. And then, as I said, in the next couple of days, I'll run this whole for an entire 24-hour process and see what we have, because I have cleaned up a lot of the debugging, or will clean up the debugging, as well as slowing down the opportunities that it picks up, instead of doing all these junky scalping trades that it was doing back yesterday. Okay, hopefully I'll be out later. Hello everybody, here's our third segment of this video. I have been talking about this quite a bit. I just want to let you know that this algorithm seems to be doing pretty good. It just caught the New Zealand US dollar. So that means approximately this time the market should be opening up. So I guess all the New Zealand traders are waking up and starting their trading day, and the system caught the volume. I mean, even though it's down, but it's catching those entries quite nicely. So let's check out what's going on with this particular trade here. This is the third trade in the last few hours. Nope, we want New Zealand US dollar. So right here, you can see what happened. A big jump here, and we just caught our trade here. So now we're back in the green. Let's see what happens, and I may report back. Very exciting that this seems to catch everything as it should. And I'll let you know the results of this particular position as well. So we've talked about in the previous session a losing trade, which minimized the loss, as well as this one with the right volume, the right timing when New Zealand opens up at 5 p.m., which is kind of, I guess, I don't know, maybe I should just check on the time over in New Zealand. So New Zealand time now, and I'm Eastern Standard. So right now it's 11:06 a.m. in New Zealand. So this has been caught, and that's a good sign. So let's hope for the best and see where this goes, and I'll report back once this position does close out. But at least, as I said, the timing of New Zealand does open up, and I wouldn't be surprised later on in the day I'll see more for throughout Europe. Hopefully this will help you out later.